Welcome to February's Coffee Chat with Lucy and Faye.
We'll start off with our cover. This photo was taken by Eden Kiger over interim term, and this features our Trinity voice, Introduction to Interim. And what ties it in so nicely is a feature in the masthead of different interim courses, and you get to learn about that also in the podcast. Oh yeah, in this issue we have a podcast about what it means to be an American, led by Carl.
Yep, and then we get into news where we had a lot of cool stuff happening in the past few months. The first thing is that we had 9 students this year go to All-State, which was a big accomplishment for our arts department. And then we had Sammy Haddadin write about a really cool topic about betting on blockchain and the new cryptocurrency market. He talks about how current students have gotten involved, made some money, and even interviews alumni on how they can get more involved and do better and see the market outperform its previous projections.
Looking to be fit for February? I know this is starting off with the 2026 New Year as well as the Chinese Lunar New Year. This article written by Julia Wu talks about the goals that students set for themselves with their winter arcs. And if you're interested in Stranger Things, we know a recent season 5 came out, so Mila writes an awesome review about that. And here for our focus, we have our focus theme of things being lost. So that whether it be us getting stuck in our screens and losing our attention span, or losing the art of cursive writing, feel free to check that out.
And then we get into opinions where we have some hot takes this month. Our lead ed is about students choosing topics for money instead of passion when it comes to future careers. Omi does a great job in this lead ed talking about how he's seen this phenomenon on campus. And of course you have our dissent and affirmation of the topic. Here almost everyone agreed but Ashwin, typical with a one-man dissent. And then you get into this month's commentary where we have a new face here. Must have been the Schwind is this month's commentary title instead of the typical commentarian. And Ashwin takes us through a comical, satirical interpretation of students missing school for some random events.
Now, for all of you guys as sports lovers, we have Torn Between Teams. There we feature Sarah Cantwell, who is a 4-sport athlete. And she talks about the difficulties going in between seasons, as well as the joys of being in 4 different teams. Then there is this awesome article written by Jenna, who talks about pure will, no fill, how Ramadan athletes juggle fasting as well as exercising.
And then, lastly, of course, we have our newest STEM department. We have a bit of a romantic interpretation this month. Omi's article talks about how different symbols of Valentine's Day mess with our interpretation of the holiday. And then Sarah takes us through how love and attraction are directly related to our brain chemistry and biology, which is super interesting.
And finish off our issue with our beautiful love-themed puzzle page.
And of course, as always, we have a back page. This month's looking a little bit different with a bit of a Lego interpretation and art from our middle school students who did 3D art about the Renaissance period. Here you can see Da Vinci's flying machine, the Mona Lisa, and more.
And that is all for our coffee chat.